Hello, everybody, and welcome to More to Digital. I'm your host, Brian Sikorsky, and today we have Carolyn Capern of CTS Agency. Carolyn, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
Hey, Brian, it's great to see you. I'm well. How are you?
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. I was worried about the last name, so I almost screwed up the first name. It's all right. We got it, though. So, uh, Carolyn, tell me a little bit. What is CTS Agency? What can you tell us about it?
So, CTS Agency is a digital first marketing firm that my partner Greg and I founded about 10 years ago. We specialize in digital campaigns and branding projects, but we've been working in all kinds of arenas for the last 10 years, very heavily in the nonprofit realm, which I think is how we got acquainted with you, Brian. And it's been really exciting last 10 years trying to keep up with all the changes in this digital space that we all work in.
Yes, especially in the nonprofit world. It's definitely a difficult thing to do. And uh, I applaud anyone who works in marketing for nonprofits because it is often very challenging. But there's heroes like you and Greg in the community that definitely help people out. So I'm so glad you have an opportunity to be around and talk to people and help them out and to get people to know how great you guys are. So let me ask you this: which digital platforms do you use to purchase media, and how do you use them for your agency and for your clients?
So we do a lot of our media buying through the platforms directly. We've really specialized closely in meta advertising, so Facebook and Instagram and all the other fun products that they offer, as well as Google products. Because of our frequent work with nonprofits, we've worked a lot with Google Ad Grants as part of that. And when we do other media buying, we've worked with platforms like MNI and other more aggregated media buyers that allow for work with connected TV and other streaming platforms.
Sure. And how do you think the trend towards streaming television has impacted your advertising strategies?
Oh, well, for us, since we've been digital first since so early in our company history, it's actually been really, really exciting for us to be able to tap into streaming platforms as a marketing strategy. Just because, when we started, it was not nearly so accessible to do self-serve ad buys on streaming
Hmm.
platforms. And streaming was already up and coming at that point. We just were limited in what we could do, especially to help small businesses and nonprofits access that space. But now
Sure.
with the rise of more and more self-service platforms and good partners to buy that media through at affordable prices, it's really opening up the doors, and we are really diving into that landscape.
No, I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. The self-service has really revolutionized and made marketing for organizations and things like that so much easier and so much more cost effective. Um, so now I'm kind of curious. Um, what do you think are the most effective advertising tactics that you're using? And you mentioned you have things, using Meta Suites and Google Ads, and then streaming television. What do you think is the most effective?
Most effective really does depend campaign to campaign and goal to goal, of course. I
Hmm.
think we've seen probably the most success consistently with Google advertising and increasingly with platforms like Spotify for streaming radio. Streaming radio, I think, is definitely something that a lot of brands should be taking a serious look at because they've got so many video assets that can be converted to audio as well. I think it really gives opportunity to tell your story in a platform that a lot of people are paying attention to while they're working, while they're doing things, while exercising, and so on. All of us listen to music,
Sure.
so that platform
Right
works
on.
great.
Yeah, and we're almost out of time, but I do want to ask you real quick, what do you think is the biggest change in marketing that you see coming in the next couple of years?
Oh, well, it's not necessarily anything brand new, but what we've seen recently is more and more clients getting interested in the Web3 space, which doesn't necessarily mean new marketing, but it does mean new strategies to tap into that
Mm,
audience, which is a huge topic at this point. So, learning to help clients navigate that is going to I think, be an interesting challenge over the next few years.
Definitely, definitely. And Carolyn, I've always said that you have such a wealth of knowledge, not just you, but your partner Greg. We've got to have you back and talk about more of these things because I do agree. Web3 and all this stuff that's future for marketing are really important. I know that you folks always have your finger on the pulse. So thank you so much for being on the show. We'll have to have you back.
Be happy to. Thanks, Brian.
All right. My pleasure. And for everyone else, we have so much great advice for the rest of you out there. You can connect with Carolyn. You don't forget you can connect with me, and we can connect you with any of the great interviews we have on our other platforms. And as always, it's great ideas and incredible storytelling in media and marketing right here on More to Digital. And you can find us at dailyadbrief.com. I'm Brian Sikorsky. You're a powerful marketer, and we'll see you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.